Alright, so what's going on YouTube? I've got the Viewsonic G tab here. Yeah, you can take a look at it. You probably already know what this is if you're watching this video. So what I decided to do a little review on today is the screen. Most people, had complaints about the screen when I was looking at reviews myself before I decided to purchase this 2 days ago. Um, so I wanted to show people that, it's not that bad. I mean, it's pretty bad, and I was a little disappointed by it, when I try to, like, sit back in my bed and look at it or something like that. It's not the easiest thing to adjust to. But I found a way to resolve all this. So what I'm going to show you here is, obviously, this is the home screen. This is their tap and tap user interface. I heard people complain about this. Honestly, I've had no force closes, and I know some of the updates Viewsonic's been putting out have fixed a lot of the issues. Again, keep moving. These will show you different ones. You can customize all of this. So this is some grocery list. They have weather apps and stuff like that. They're almost like widgets that they decide. They're nice because they're pretty sized up. They all look pretty cool when you get inside of them. So here's your grocery list. It comes up with like a little way to type in. You still have space over here to start typing for suggestions. Yeah, so cool little grocery list app if you want that. Which I'm kind of hoping to use mine at work. I'm an IT guy, so I want to be able to use this when I want to go, and that may help. We'll touch into some other ones. This is the calendar app, just pretty nice and in depth. So as you can see, the top of the screen here is really hard to catch at this angle unless I lift it up. And this is part of the viewing angle issue that people were talking about. So I'm going to show you a way to rectify this. And it's really just something you can do with your hands. So what we're going to do, something I caught on to is that when you spin this thing in different directions, the viewing angle actually gets a bit better. It's going to be probably kind of hard to tell. You see, again, it's a little darker up here, not horrendous. Actually, this mode is pretty easy to see. It's not bad at all. You see, colors are pretty consistent throughout. No darkening, whatever. Show you all angles. Now, the home screen on tap and tap does not rotate. It doesn't auto-rotate. But everything else in here basically does. And then the viewing on this one, you see, showing it from the left, gets a little dark up there. So what I'm going to show you here, and what we'll do is we'll use Pandora as the reference app. And I don't have a dock, unfortunately. I'm just using a box behind this. I'm on a mouse pad here. So what I'm going to show you is this. Oops, wrong one. I'm going to hop into Pandora. And if you take a look again, you have the same thing with the darkness up here. And it gets actually even worse if we show you. Like if you were to try and lay it on your lap, it gets pretty bad. So if you let it rock forward, it gets worse. And then it's just like a laptop screen basically. And I'm imagining that's what they put in here because it's about the same resolution as most netbooks you come across. So it probably just has a netbook screen in here. So it's meant to be flipped open instead of an angle like this. Well, it doesn't really work too well. So if you saw that, kind of made a mistake there, but it's fine, because what we're going to show you here is as simple as this. You're going to flip the screen the opposite direction, and like I said, everything auto rotates, so we'll let Android auto rotate. And now you see you can lay it flat, and at the top here, I mean, obviously you're not going to lean it back that much, but keep it flat as you can here. We'll hold my other hand here. You can see there's no real discoloration. It looks more whitish than it does black, how the other one does, how it fades to black. And again, as you get more straight, it works better. So it looks perfect here. So my recommendation is, if you're looking at it from the stock UI, because the home screen doesn't rotate, you're looking at it from this angle here. If it gets that fading to black there, you see that discoloration, rock it back and forth, you can't really see it, flip the thing around, and it works beautifully. I mean, it may look a little bit more whitish, but you can actually read it, when it goes back in the black one. And again, in person is definitely the best way. And the cool thing is, a lot of these programs mostly, highlight some stuff in black. They're kind of hard to tell, but, you see the word zero and all, it has like a black underlay. It just looks better when you lean it this way. It may not be the most comfortable because now the buttons, the capacitive buttons that are here, which are kind of tough to see in this dark room, they're not there, or they're not on your right hand side. So now you have to have one on your left, but it works. Fixes it. It's correction. And same thing if you're in portrait mode and say this one isn't working out the best for you, it looks too dark when you straighten it up that way, flip it around the other direction, see if it looks better. Rage down rodeo. Yeah, alright, so we're gonna flip this portrait, and again, you wouldn't really rock it back that far, but you see the top of this, you can clearly make out the colors. It's pretty easy to read. So You know, if you're not using it in a dock, and unfortunately, I've had a hard time finding any docks yet. I don't think Viewsonic actually sells any. This is just a rebranded model of some generic device out there that some Chinese manufacturers making. Viewsonic smacked their name on this one, and I'll put it back on the box to show you the example of exactly what I mean about how the colors start to fade. There we go. Sorry for the little pull off. So, you know, as I get it as a higher angle, you see it still stays consistent. You know, you can still read the colors. That has to probably just do with the technology of TFT. This box is sliding on me here. Sorry guys. Okay, so you can see the looks pretty good now. If you don't know, you can just rewind a little bit and compare the two. So if you take a look here, it looks better. Like I was saying, there's no dock out there at the moment. The Viewsonic is just a rebranded, you know, Jap model basically. But the best thing is it's got the best hardware on the market right now. It's got the NVIDIA Tegra 2 like chipset platform in here. So basically, it's a GPU and CPU that NVIDIA picks out, and they say, hey, look, this is what works best together. They pick the clock speeds, all that stuff. They provide the drivers. The thing runs smooth. I was really impressed. Again, if I pretty much tap on anything, and again, we're upside down because we're in the home screen here, but you see the browser opens right up. Pages load up, even, you know, flash heavy sites. This thing does support flash if you're not positive on that, and you can get it right on Viewsonic's website, which they recommend. They have a bunch of apps on there you can download. It doesn't come market out of the Android market out of the box, but the thing does provide, you know, side loading with no headache. So if you have the .apk, you're good to go. And see, again, this is a flash heavy site. It's Engadget. You've probably seen it. It's a nerd place to go. It's got pinch and zoom. And the thing that's awesome too is that it really does a good job of scaling the text. So if I'm gonna double tap in here, I guess I can't. Yeah, this thinks it. Alright, and now if you never have known this before, HTML borders make a difference there. So, alright, so now you see that's, I mean, it's super close and I don't need to, but it has all the text right in the center of the screen here, nice and easy to read. Alright, so I'm going to shut my mouth. If you guys want me to make more videos, any questions, comments, I wish somebody would help me out a little bit more. So check this thing out. If you have the money, I definitely recommend go get it. Don't wait for, you know, a bunch of Galaxy and Motorola stuff to come out, because all it's going to do is have to be locked down to a carrier. If you want something Wi-Fi free, it's not too pricey, definitely go with the G-Tab. Alright, take it easy.